Welcome. Welcome to my documentary. My name's Sampoojya and I don't know who I am. And being in quarantine for so far over 2 months has definitely not helped that whole identity crisis. So I thought I'd just share my experiences, my thoughts, and hopefully other people can relate, find some solace in knowing that I'm not the only one, you're not the only one, hopefully, that's going through this. Coming from being in a dorm for a week, usually by myself most of the time, like having that kind of just independence and freedom, and then coming here, I'm definitely turning into like a 12-year-old again. So I had been tasked with making some masks because we're moving my dorm out, or moving out of my dorm today. The drive up to Rutgers was weird. It was the first time I had been outside in over 3 weeks. Seeing my room after a few weeks was also pretty funky. I was excited to be back in a space that was basically my second home for a few months. But I got a little sad and numb when I looked out the windows and it finally set in that I wouldn't be able to enjoy living on campus in the spring when nature and my allergies came back to life.
No, don't film now.
Put your mask on. Ingenuity right there. So, music has always been a huge part of my life. I listen to music kind of to like drown out the other voices in my head and to drown out my thoughts and just like make me feel comfort of sorts, make me feel like I'm not alone. But like in general, I feel like I just use music as like a coping mechanism. A throwback! What are you waiting for? This is my favorite song of quarantine, hands down. So good.
'Sex, money, bills, die, baby, don't you cry. 'Sex, money, bills, die, baby, don't you cry.
I just ordered sushi from Japan. But it's kinda funky. It's that. It started with a whisper, and now it's when I whisper. My taste in music is your face. Ever since the first week of spring break, I've developed an awful sleep schedule. It's actually so bad. If I stay up late even just one day, that's it. There's no turning back. So I had this idea for some time to just roll with it and stay up long enough to see the sunrise. In the summer and fall, when I worked morning shifts, I'd be up early enough to see the sunrise on my drive over. I don't have many words for the feeling, but it's unlike any other. So this night I decided it was the night, and boy, it did not disappoint. I stopped my music, opened up the windows a little, and wrote my notes to the sound of birds chirping. It felt like a reset. It was just me and the birds, and I loved it. identity in terms of being an Indian American. Growing up, we participated in Indian traditions just like any other family, but as time has gone by, I think because the family unit kind of broke down, so did our relationship with Indian culture as a family, and I don't have enough knowledge or feel enough of a connection to my roots as other Indian Americans in my generation. And because of that, because I can't relate to other people on that basis, I feel like not inferior but less Indian because of that.
Feel like I'm your mama, 'cause it's so damn hot just to please you. But now it's not my
Days turn into nights, conversation turn into fights. We gon' be alright. I'm a body going cold, no body's functions.
right down for you, talking limbo.
You say you work on weekends.
It's 7 in the morning. I often feel like I can't be myself around friends, and it's not like I feel uncomfortable being myself, but it's more so the fact that I don't know what being myself is. Even if it's the most minor changes, I'm a different person with every single person that I interact with. I try so incredibly hard to be genuine and authentic and 100% myself with every single person that I talk to, that it clouds my judgment and perception of myself. So I try to overcompensate by either changing my humor or trying to act like I'm tougher than I am or whatever it is, so that I can impress someone. Once I get released back into the real world, something that I want to work on is not focusing so much on how other people perceive me and how other people think about me. I think I have a pretty good relationship with my mom and with my dad and with my brother, but any situation where my parents are with each other, it's just it's a no-go. The strain in their relationship kind of changes the vibes and the energy of the whole house. And so here, in this situation where we're all quarantining together, I'm realizing that I don't only need to work on myself and my relationship with myself, but also I have to work on my relationship with my family. Okay, so can you tell me a little bit about...
Thank you for having me. If I treated myself like I would treat a best friend, I think I would treat myself very differently. It's a lifelong relationship, so gotta try to get better at it. That anxiety sort of starts to hit me in that moment, and then all that anxiety builds up, and then I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna watch The Office.
How do you think that has affected?
Oh, it has affected a lot. It was overwhelming, in the beginning. of anxiousness and whatever. But as the weeks are passing by, with the good signs of improving, now it has become a part of the day, part and parcel of the day.
I'm eating food now. That's what I love cooking.
What does that mean?
Yes, most of the time I am calm only, not that much talkative. None of the.
How do you feel about your haircut?
I'm feeling good. Documentary you are preparing? The record is known in Patamarthan.
One thing everyone in my family has in common is their love for cooking. Whenever my dad and I cook, it's really just a big experiment. We rarely follow recipes and just add whatever we think tastes good, and most of the time it does. I missed cooking. I was a little chef back in high school, but I haven't really had the effort or desire to cook since I started college. But now that I'm always looking for new ways to procrastinate, I love indulging myself in the kitchen. I found myself doing my work literally everywhere except for my room. Why? Because it looks like this. I have no explanation, but I decided I need my own time in my own room to keep the little sanity I have left. It was time I actually cleaned. I even found this bag that was a nice little trip down memory lane. Hi, I'm Sam, and you're watching the Disney Channel.
I wanna fix you up. Lonely, yes, you think you know me, but you don't even know nothing about me. It's me for somebody else.
Don't hold me out. You see me blowing up.